A pair of hands hovered over a computer. The room was completely and utterly dark. The smooth yet unnervingly scarred face of Dr. Gaster looked on with only a hint of emotion at the computer monitor before him. Suddenly, from behind him, the door opened and light poured in as the form of a child no older than an early teen or tween stepped in. "Dr. Wing, please do not call me that," he said with only the barest hint of annoyance on his otherwise calm and inviting voice. "Why did you invite me here?" they asked. "I wanted to share with you an experiment. Do you recall that world we dabbled in? With that boy of blonde hair? Naruto? Yeah, I remember it. Don't tell me you're messing around with it again." "I'm messing around with it again," the doctor said. "For what purpose?" Chara asked him. "For the purpose of knowing what might happen. If you're trying to use this to fix me, then you're wasting your time. I do not fix things. I merely keep my mind open to differing points of view. Something I hope you would do as well. Listen, it's nice and all, and I'm glad you helped me reincarnate, but I'm not interested in whatever you're selling. Just because I have a soul again doesn't mean I'm going to use it to serve your purposes or whatever." The man turned back to face Chara. "Serve me? No. Indulge me? Yes. If there's anything you owe me for helping restore you, then listen to me one last time. This will be the last time we ever meet, if you will it, Chara. But while you are here, then pay back what I gave you by merely watching this with me. As a Faustian little demon yourself, I'm sure you can understand the importance of honesty." Chara sighed. "Fine. What is it you're going to do now?" they asked. Gaster's expression lit up a bit with excitement. "This is the one experiment I was looking forward to the most. And if it is indeed the last we experience together, then I'm glad it is this that ends it off. I am going to drop Naruto into the underground." "You're going to drop Naruto into the underground?" Gaster nodded. Chara smiled. "All right, I'll bite. If this will get you off my back for good, I'll gladly watch this." Welcome to the Amagi. Only 25% of our viewers are subscribed, so if you're a fan of the channel, please like and double check if you are subscribed. And with that out of the way, let's get into the video. Naruto lay upon a bed of flowers. My head," he said as he sat up, rubbing his skull. The pain was intense. He sat up and looked around, questioning where he was and how he got here. Was this a case of amnesia? No, it couldn't have been. He still remembered who he was and all of his memories, but he just couldn't remember how he got here. Or maybe that was how amnesia worked all along. Naruto couldn't remember. But as he sat up, he screamed up toward the only opening he saw. Way up above, light poured in. "Hey, Kakashi-sensei! Sakura-chan! Sasuke!" There was no response. Well, not one from anyone he expected. There was a sound. "Psst! Hey, over here!" Naruto looked around questioningly. "Who said that?" "Me," the voice said. Naruto was confused. The voice sounded so close, yet so far. "Where?" "Down here, hello, friend." Naruto looked down, and at his feet, he saw a tiny flower with a kindly face. "I must have hit my head harder than I thought," Naruto said. "Howdy, pal. They call me Flowey the Flower. Looks like you're lost and confused. If you want, I can show you how this place works." "You mean you can show me a way out?" Naruto asked. "Of course, but before that, let me show you how the battle system..." "Battle system? Don't worry about that, I already know how to fight. Just show me out, please." "Of course," the flower said with a strange smile. "There's a path, just that way." Naruto thanked Flowey and decided to go. Flowey watched him. As Naruto walked away, Flowey's petals coiled up as pellets formed within, ready to be fired out like a pistol. Idiot. Suddenly, Naruto was struck by the bullets. He hit the ground. A vine wrapped around his leg, dragging him back toward the flower. "You fool! You let your guard down, and now your soul is mine!" Naruto suddenly threw a kunai at Flowey. Ah! Escaping Flowey's grasp, Naruto stood. Flowey wiped his cheek, or whatever was supposed to play that part on a flower's anatomy. "So, you weren't kidding. What are you, some kind of ninja?" "That's exactly what I am. What are you supposed to be?" Flowey smiled. "You'll find out soon enough." Flowey disappeared into the ground, leaving Naruto alone. Naruto turned around, still bleeding from being practically shot by the flower. He moved on. Deeper he went, cradling his arm. It had made a clean hole. He needed to find help before infection set in. He needed to get to the surface again. That was, if the flower was even telling the truth. Naruto stepped out into a wider room and noticed architecture. It was strange. Had he fallen into some underground city? Had people once lived here? Feeling his weakness, he spoke. "Damn, little turd. I think he poisoned me," Naruto said to himself. Feeling the room spin, Naruto fell forward, unconscious. How long he was out, he did not know, but when he woke up, he found himself confused. He was laying in a bed, a rather comfortable one. Sitting up, he found that his arm had been properly cleaned and bandaged. The poison in his system seemed to be gone. The room was dim. Standing up, he grabbed his jacket and opened the door, only for his eyes to be flooded with light. He was in an unfamiliar location, a home of some sort. He looked around the house a bit before deciding to just hit the bricks. He didn't like that he didn't know where he was. Considering that the last friendly person tried to kill him, he didn't want to let his guard down again, so he opened the door and stepped out of the home, only to find that he was still in that same old underground cave. And worse still, there was some sort of monster outside. A goat-like person turned back and saw him. "Oh, you're awake," she said. Naruto stepped back. "It's Baphomet," he said, forming a cross with his fingers. The kindly monster giggled. "No, my child, you don't have to be afraid. My name is Toriel, and I am the guardian of these ruins." "Guardian, huh? Sure. Bet you're friends with that flower too, aren't ya?" Toriel let out a sigh. "No, that creature is quite despicable. More than once I've seen it picking on children. I've been trying to deal with it, but there's not a big enough canister of Roundup in the world that'll kill that little bastard." The kind woman smiled for a moment before suddenly she remembered. "Oh, I have a pie in the oven. I need to go get it." She would walk past Naruto, entering the house and heading to the kitchen where she'd pull a pie out of the oven. Looking back at Naruto, who had followed at the sound of the word pie, she smiled. "Would you like some, child? You must be hungry." Naruto shook his head. "Nah, I think I'm gonna head out." His stomach rumbled. "Well, maybe one slice wouldn't hurt," he said. Sitting down at the table, he pretty much cleaned the entire tin. This had been the best butterscotch pie he'd ever eaten. Definitely better than store-bought. Sadly, that was the only flavor he'd ever known. If this is what homemade tasted like, then he knew he'd been missing out. Getting up, he decided to thank Toriel for her hospitality before leaving. Issue was, he couldn't find her. That was until he heard a sound coming from the basement. Suspicions heightened, Naruto made his way down to find Toriel standing there by a rather large door, setting what appeared to be explosives. "What are you doing?" Naruto asked. Toriel turned around in surprise. "Oh, my child, I thought you were still up there eating." "I've finished." Looking around her, he spoke. "What are you up to?" "Nothing to worry your head over. Go back up and I'll make you another pie. I just need to finish this." Naruto shook his head. "Listen, you're a nice lady, but that doesn't mean I trust you. You need to tell me what you're doing here." Toriel sighed. The jig was up. "I was destroying the exit." "Any particular reason why?" Naruto asked. "You know I was planning to use that, right?" Toriel nodded. "I know. That's why I'm destroying it." Naruto nodded. "So I was right. You are cuckoo bananas like that flower." Toriel shook her head. "If you understood even half of what lay ahead of you, you'd understand." "Enlighten me." "Every child that has ever passed through this door has died. They all wanted to go home, just like you, but they got caught by the king and now they're dead." "What does the king have against children?" Toriel looked away. It's a lot to explain. Some say he has his reasons. Some see him as a hero. But in the end, he's just a child killer. And I refuse to see him do it again. I can't keep reliving Asriel's." She quieted up. "I can't watch more children die." Naruto looked down. "Miss Toriel, you're a good woman," he said. "But I won't stop. I need to continue. I have to get home. I can't live here forever, so you need to let me through." Naruto began to walk past her when she spoke. "When you end up hurt and dying somewhere, who will save you then?" she asked, looking at him out of the corner of her eye. "I'm a warrior, ma'am. I've fought against more than most people know, and I've survived far worse than a flower that got lucky. I won't make that same mistake twice. Or have you not noticed that I'm a ninja?" Toriel looked away. "If you must go, then go. But once you're gone, do not turn back, because this door will be closed forever when you pass through it. I won't let him keep killing children." Naruto nodded. "Well, if this is our last time meeting, then it was a pleasure to meet you." Naruto exited the home. As soon as the door closed, there was a blasting sound, followed by the sound of rubble falling. There was no going back. Standing in the snow, he was amazed that such a thing was possible underground. Not only was there snow, but a full forest. What kind of cave was this? As he walked forward, he went across the bridge, but felt something dart behind him. Turning around and pulling a kunai, he got into a defensive stance. Keeping his eyes on the trees, he began to back up across the bridge. It was then that something stopped him. "Going somewhere, pal?" a rather low-toned voice asked. Naruto nearly tripped and fell from the bridge. Looking back, he saw something that startled him. A skeleton standing there looking back at him. "What the hell?" "Whoa, language. I was gonna say it's nice to meet you, but your response is just way too cold." "Who are you?" Naruto asked. "I'm Sans the skeleton. And you are?" "Naruto Uzumaki." "Japanese?" Sans asked. "What? Never mind. Forget I said anything. Where did you come from? Where are you headed?" "The surface. I'm trying to get back there," Naruto said. "Aren't we all?" Sans said. "Well, good luck getting past my brother. He's hunting for humans to give to the king." "Oh, here he comes now," Sans said. "Hurry, hide behind that conveniently shaped lamp," he said, pointing toward a lamp in the shape of Naruto. Naruto just dove behind a tree. "You know, it's pretty expensive to keep having that thing reshaped, right?" Sans asked. Waving it off, he greeted his brother. Naruto peeked around the side of the tree to see another large skeleton talking with Sans. What they were talking about, Naruto couldn't make out. The larger skeleton seemed pretty bent out of shape about something, though. There was an audible badoom-ts, and Sans shrugged in the direction of nothing. Not much longer after, he did so again. Naruto was very confused. Eventually, the larger skeleton left. Naruto came out from behind the tree and approached. "Don't mind him," Sans said. "That's just my kid brother, Papyrus. He's a really good dude when you get to know him. He wants to become a royal guard more than anything, so he's trying to capture a human for the king. Issue is, he's more of a danger to himself than anyone else. I told him to be aware that a human might be around, so he's going off to prepare some traps." Naruto began rubbing his temples. "Why did you have to do that? I just want to go home." "It's not that big a deal. He couldn't capture a human even if the human surrendered. Just play with him a little, okay? That's all I ask." Naruto sighed. "Fine, I'll go along with it. But if things actually become dangerous, there's no guarantee that either of you are walking out of this with all your bones intact." Agreed. And so Naruto moved forward. As he did, he came across the first puzzle. On the other end stood Papyrus. "Greetings, human," he shouted. "I, the great Papyrus, will be your adversary today." Naruto was looking around for the trap. "Are you already befuddled? I have laid landmines in your path. Step on even one and kaboom! Are you brave enough to take my challenge, human?" Papyrus said. Naruto looked down. There were disturbances in the snow. Tracks and lumps in the snow where the mines had been barely buried. In fact, one of them was partially exposed. Naruto shook his head. He began to walk across the footprints and depressions in the snow, knowing there couldn't be anything beneath them. Reaching the other end, Papyrus congratulated Naruto, declaring him a worthy opponent. "I shall prepare my next trap." Sans then appeared behind Naruto. "Told you he wasn't too dangerous." "He placed landmines. Even if they weren't hidden, that's still dangerous." "Only if they actually explode. Those things have had their booms removed a long time ago. We use them as frisbees nowadays. Just indulge him a little longer. I promise if you do, I'll make it worth your while." "How?" Naruto asked. "Maybe a shortcut back to the surface." Naruto sighed. "Fine, just a little more." Moving forward, Naruto met Papyrus a second time. There, he found him at a gate. The gate was closed, and on the other end stood Papyrus. "This gate is locked," he said. "It can only be opened by fitting in the 3 keys before you in the right order. Despair, human, for I, the great Papyrus, have stumped you." Naruto picked up the 3 keys. One was a star, the other a triangle, and the last a circle. Looking at the mechanism, one of the holes was a star, another a triangle, and the last a circle. Above each lock, written in marker, was a number and a note. It said, "Dear Papyrus, I marked these for you so you don't keep getting stuck. I know you're doing your best, but I can't take it anymore. If you keep dragging me out to this frozen wasteland, I swear I'm gonna kill myself. Yours truly, Undyne." Naruto stuck the keys into the holes as the markings said. The gate swung open. "Drat!" Papyrus shouted. "How did you figure it out so fast?" "I'm, psychic?" Naruto said. Papyrus's eyes widened. "Really? What number am I thinking of?" Naruto shrugged. I don't know, 6? "How did you do that?" Papyrus asked, in awe of this human's amazing abilities. He then spoke again. I must take drastic measures then, he said. I have one more puzzle for you to solve, and if you can solve it, then you can beat me, and I will let you pass. Naruto smiled confidently. Then let's get to it. Papyrus ran off. Naruto followed not long after. Getting to a large rope bridge, Naruto looked around and saw nothing. He began to cross. Toward the middle of the bridge, a voice called out to him. Human! Naruto looked up and saw Papyrus at the other end. Are you ready for your final puzzle? Naruto nodded. Papyrus then pulled out a pair of scissors. Wait, Naruto shouted. You haven't even shown me the puzzle yet. Papyrus then spoke. I have. This bridge is the puzzle. Your job is to figure out how to cross it after I cut this rope. Sans! Naruto shouted. Hold up there, Papyrus. We can't cut the bridge. People still use it. But if I don't cut the bridge, then how can the humans solve my last puzzle? They can't, which means you win by default, right? Papyrus thought about it, rubbing his chin deep in thought. Yes. Sans nodded. Then that means you should deliver them to the king as fast as possible, right? So how about we show them the secret passageway that goes straight to the king's castle? They'll go down it, and you'll have completed your mission. You're right. That's genius, Sans. Maybe you're not as stupid as you look, Papyrus said. Did you hear that, human? You have been captured by I, the great Papyrus, soon to be royal knight, and the most popular hunk in all the underground. Surrender now. Sans offered a thumbs up to Naruto. Naruto decided to roll with it. Okay, he said. He walked to the other side and began to follow Papyrus at the ladder's beckoning. Sans walked up beside Naruto. I thought you were going to show me the secret path that would get me out of here, Naruto said. I am. The exit is in the king's castle. The quickest path to the king's castle is also the quickest path to the surface. You should be able to skip most of the underground this way, at least waterfall. And trust me, you're gonna want to skip waterfall. You do not want to get caught by Undyne. She'll shred you and rip your soul straight from your body. Coming to a river, there was a ferryman, or was it a ferry woman? Loading Naruto upon the boat, Papyrus spoke. River person, ensure that this human gets to the castle. Pronto! Tra-la-la, as you wish. Naruto looked to Sans and spoke. Thank you. Sans raised a thumb, and with that, the river person took Naruto on. Papyrus waved, as did Sans. Naruto waved back at them both. As they stood there on the bank of the river, Papyrus spoke. I called Undyne and told her about my achievement. With her watching the human, there's no way they'll escape. Sans laughed. Yup. Wait, what? Man, they're so dead. As Naruto raced down the river with the river person, he looked back and asked, How long will it be before we reach the castle? The river person spoke. Tra-la-la. No more than 30 minutes. Make yourself comfortable. As the boat moved down the river, Naruto couldn't help but gaze at all the beauty around him. In some ways, he wished they hadn't taken the short path. The place they called Waterfall was beautiful, gorgeous. Bioluminescence was the name of the game here, and even the water had a glow from algae in it. He looked down into the water, amazed by the light shining up from it. It was then that he saw something, a shadow. Huh? He questioned. Are there fish that live in this river? He asked the river person. Oh yes, many fish. Naruto nodded and paid it no mind. Oh, good. The river person then spoke again. Of course, that wasn't a fish. That was a monster. Huh? Suddenly, a hand reached up out of the river and grabbed Naruto, wrenching him down into the water. Naruto fell and was washed away, along with the monster that had dragged him down. Staring through the water, he saw what looked to be a shark looking back at him. Its teeth were sharpened and its arms were massive. It felt like it was trying to drown him. Gripping at the wrist, he planted his hand on its forehead to stay out of the way of those chompers. Getting his feet lodged in its chest, he pushed as hard as he could and broke free. Pushed further away, he managed to get to the surface for a breath of air. Only then did a spear shoot out of the water, just barely missing Naruto. Naruto pulled out a set of kunai to defend himself just in time as he was dragged back below the choppy waves of the river. Struggling with his assailant, they were soon pushed into a larger reservoir, where the water began to darken to a more natural color. From there, Naruto could more easily see his opponent. As they threw another spear at him, Naruto attempted to block it, but found it hard to do so with kunai only. Swimming to catch a breath, he reached out to grab the spear that Undyne had thrown. It was then that Undyne grabbed him by the leg and pulled him under again. Slamming Naruto down to the riverbed, he lost his grip on the spear. Undyne was coming for his throat. Naruto managed to get a fist in, forcing Undyne to recoil. Using this moment, he reached out and gripped the spear and struck. Finding its place between the plates, blood entered the water. Being set free from Undyne's grip, Naruto vaulted from the bottom of the reservoir up to the surface, where he crawled onto the beach and just laid there, breathing. It wasn't much longer that Undyne also washed up, spear still stuck in her side. Naruto saw her still moving and walked over, putting a foot on her side and pulling the spear free. Watching this, Chara smiled. "He's gonna do it, Doctor. He's gonna kill them." As Undyne laid under Naruto, she spoke. "Do it." Naruto gripped the spear tightly. "No." "What?" Undyne questioned. That happened to be Chara's answer too. "He's got her dead to rights. Kill her, you dumbass." Gaster raised a finger to his lack of lips to hush Chara. "Watch." Naruto stood there over Undyne and spoke. "I don't know why you guys hate humans so much. Toriel made it sound like we did something bad to you, and if so, I'm sorry. But I'm not dying here today, and if I can help it, neither are you," he said, lifting Undyne up. "Why are you doing this?" she asked. "I'm tired of seeing a world ruled by hatred. It's just like this where I come from. People blaming other people, unable to forgive. Whether justified or not, sometimes it's best to just let it go, you know?" Carrying Undyne towards civilization, he pulled her through Hotland to the lab. Knocking on the door, it opened to show a diminutive lizard with a lab coat and glasses. "Undyne!" she shouted. "Bring her in!" Naruto carried Undyne deeper into the lab. Finding a couch, he laid Undyne down. Alphys would grab a first aid kit. Stabilizing Undyne for now, Alphys turned back to Naruto. "Why?" "She attacked me," Naruto said. "No, I mean, why did you save her?" Naruto looked down. "Is it so strange for a guy to want to make the world a better place?" he questioned. "But we're trying to kill you. Why are you showing mercy when you're our enemy?" "I don't understand that. Nobody's told me anything." "It's because of humans like you that we're trapped down here," Undyne said, gripping her side as a twinge of pain ran through. Alphys calmed Undyne. She then picked up where Undyne left off. "We weren't originally supposed to be here," Alphys said. "We once lived on the surface too, but humans. They waged war against us and sealed us down here. And as if that wasn't bad enough, the first human to fall down here was adopted by the king and queen. We weren't even all that grudgy. We practically raised one of them as our own," Alphys said. "But when tragedy struck and the child died, the prince, Asriel, absorbed the child's soul to take her body to the surface. The humans saw it and attacked him. The prince, the only child of the king and queen, died in his parents' arms because of human cruelty." Naruto listened. "I'm very sorry about the prince, but perhaps they were just scared. They saw a monster carrying a child's dead body. They didn't stop to listen or ask. They just attacked," Alphys said. Naruto let out a sigh and looked down. "I'm sorry it happened. I don't know what's been going on here, but I'll tell you one thing at least. I'm not like that. I'm not like those other humans. I'm not going to kill monsters just because." Alphys looked at Undyne and then at Naruto. "I can't speak for everyone, or even the king, but you at least have my gratitude." Alphys stood there for a moment. "Mettaton is waiting ahead to attack you, but I'm going to help you out. I'm going to give you a straight shot to the castle." "I've heard that before," Naruto said. "I'm serious. This is a straight shot to the castle. Once you're there, you'll find the barrier. If you pass through, you'll reach the surface." "You know, Alphys," Undyne said, "I'd be so pissed at you for letting our only chance at freedom go like that. But then again, if it weren't for them, I'd be dead right now. I think I can overlook it." Looking at Naruto, Undyne spoke. "You have my gratitude, but if you kill the king, the moment that barrier comes down, I'll be coming for your ass." Alphys led Naruto through the lab to a secret elevator that took him down into a dark and dusty lab. He sensed he was being watched, but didn't say anything. Finding his way to a new elevator, he entered. Alphys spoke. "Listen, about what Undyne said. I know you don't have a choice but to kill Asgore." "Why?" Naruto asked. "Because to pass through the barrier, a monster needs a human soul, but a human would need a monster's soul." Naruto waved it off. "I'll figure something out. Don't worry about it. I'll find a way out, and I won't kill the king. It sounds like this place has seen enough death." Naruto hit the button for the elevator's ascension, leaving Alphys speechless. Rising through the underground, the elevator came to a stop within the castle proper. Naruto was amazed at how fast he'd gotten there. As he stepped out and wandered the castle, he made his way to the throne room, not sure what he would find. As soon as he entered, he saw him, the king. He was not like anything Naruto expected him to be. He expected the king to be a real monster, evil and cruel, twisted by hatred. But what he saw instead was someone not unlike Toriel. Larger, yes, but tired. His gaze showed a hint of subtle melancholy. "Howdy." You must be, the human I heard about. Gosh, you're here a lot quicker than I expected. Can I offer you some tea?" Naruto stood silent, not sure how to react. Even if he understood the king's motivations, he couldn't get past the fact that this man had targeted children, killing the weakest and most innocent to serve his purpose. Asgore sighed. "Yeah, I didn't think you'd go for that. How much, do you know?" Naruto then spoke. "Everything. About the other kids and the barrier." "Then you know what I must do. Why I have to do it." "I know about Asriel too," Naruto said. That name took the wind out of Asgore. I suppose he's a part of the story too, huh?" Naruto nodded. "I'm sorry about your son's death. It was tragic and never should have happened." The king struggled to smile. "Thank you. Your words mean the world to me. But now I have a responsibility to my people." Naruto stood there silently for a moment, just looking the king over. "You don't want to do this, do you?" The king slowly shook his head. "No. If I may bare my heart to you, I'm scared. I never wanted to kill anyone." "Then why do you?" Naruto asked. "Because if I have 7 human souls, I can break the barrier. But even if the barrier's broken, all that means is a new war with the humans starting, and I'll have to kill many others." "I don't want a war," he said. "When my son died, I swore on his grave to kill every man, woman, and child of the race that took him from me, but now all I feel is fear." "Mr. Asgore, can I ask a question? Did Asriel love that one human who lived here with you?" "Chara?" Asgore asked. As if that name was also a punch to his gut, he lost his wind again. He almost began to cry. "The two were inseparable." "Do you think Asriel would really want you to kill all the humans?" Asgore shook his head. "He'd hate me for it. He'd never forgive me." Naruto came to Asgore's side and knelt down. "Then don't kill anymore," Naruto said. "Enough blood has been spilt. I'm sure your people would forgive you if you reneged on your vow of war. I've seen so many of your people and they don't seem fit for war. Open the way to the surface and just live a happy life, as best you can." Gaster sat in his room watching this. "Profound. This boy's soul truly is kindness. He can reach anyone, even the king." "Chara, are you watching this?" Looking back, he saw Chara's chair was empty. The door was opened. "Oh, Chara, one of us must die, Naruto," the king said. "For you to get home, you have to absorb my soul. And for the barrier to come down, I must absorb yours as well." Naruto sat there in deep thought. "I don't know how to fix our 2 issues, but we'll think of something, Your Majesty. Until then, let's just take a chill pill. We don't have to do anything right now. We can just study this out and come up with a new idea. All we have to do is look for it. Will you help me?" Naruto asked, offering a hand to Asgore. The king looked at it and then up to Naruto. "Yes, I'll help you." Rising to his feet, he took Naruto's hand. "I'll help." In the back room toward the barrier, Flowey was waiting. He had been watching Naruto this whole time. He had been expecting Naruto to be the one to weaken Asgore, just enough so that Flowey could take the 7 human souls from him. But he hadn't expected Naruto to botch it so hard. Flowey was about to give up when all of a sudden a foot stopped next to Flowey. Flowey looked up and saw him standing there. Eyes wide for a second, he almost felt something in the hollow recesses of his soul. A flicker of some emotion that used to be called caring. "Chara." Chara looked down at him with a sneer. "Don't talk to me, weakling," they said. Stepping in, knife in hand, Chara approached the king. Naruto saw the human enter, no older than him. A moment later, the dagger was pressed into the side of the king. Asgore fell to the side and looked back in confusion before it hit him. Chara? Chara looked down at Asgore. "Hi, Dad. How are you alive?" "Define alive," Chara said. Naruto looked back and forth, wondering what kind of drama he had stepped into. Chara looked to Naruto. "You," they said. "You really piss me off." Chara raised their knife to Naruto. "Always with that talk no jutsu of yours." "Talk no jutsu?" "Trying to prove every heart can be reached. I'm sick and tired of it," Chara said. "I've seen universe after universe where you stop believing, where you stop caring, where the village actually had a reason to hate you. You're not this invulnerable soul who can reach every heart and cure every darkness. That old man thinks you can solve every mystery and provide him endless experimental resources. He thinks you can fix me, Chara said with a short chuckle. No, I'm not gonna sit through this. I've waited for a moment like this. A moment where I can finally wipe out all of humanity. And you know what? Maybe I'll wipe out every monster too. In every timeline, in every universe. Not just here, but everywhere. Your world too. Chara, don't, Asgore said. Chara looked down at Asgore without a shred of care. I think I'll start with this universe. Snapping their fingers, suddenly they were surrounded by the other 6 human souls. Absorbing them into themselves, Chara let out an energy that shook the entirety of New Home. Naruto, running to Asgore, got him up and proceeded to run for an exit as the entire castle began to collapse, exposing to the entire city the barrier that kept them locked up. As the castle fell, monsters from across New Home, all across the underground, turned their eyes toward the city. Making sure Asgore was safe, Naruto looked back to see Chara rising out of the rubble, a black chakra cloak upon their shoulders. That chakra! Is that... Chara smiled. Remember when I said I'd seen universes where you stopped believing? I've also seen universes where you die. Chara, exposing from their chest a green heart-shaped object. Your soul, Naruto. Your Nine Tails. They're the key to my reincarnation. And now, thanks to you, I have attained the pinnacle of power. Divinity true. I have felt hopelessness before. And now that I have become a god, I will show the multiverses what it feels like to know true hopelessness as well. As Chara spoke, a massive set of luminescent wings appeared from behind their back, as did a halo behind their head. Below their feet, 3 large triangles, 2 pointed up, 1 pointed down. The people of New Home gawked at the sight, pointing. It's the angel! The prophecies come true! The angel that has seen the surface has returned, they shouted. Chara smiled, and the underground will go empty. Naruto stood there. For the first time in quite a while, a voice spoke inside of him. Naruto, what the hell is that I feel? Naruto was surprised. Nine Tails? I sense another part of me nearby. What is going on? Naruto pointed up at Chara, who was enveloped in a black cloak, darker than dark, made of pure chakra and determination. Right there, and if we don't stop them now, everything will end. You, me, every being in the multiverse. Kurama grit his teeth. Is that so? Are you gonna help me, Nine Tails? Naruto asked. Yes, but only this once. I've got a personal grudge against them as well. A moment later, Kurama powered Naruto up in his own chakra cloak. Teach them a lesson, Kurama commanded. Asgore reached out to Naruto. Please, he cried out. I can't lose my children again. Naruto pulled away. Chara, he shouted. Chara looked down upon Naruto with a smile. I suppose I'm up for a little fun. Chara would hold their hand out. Suddenly, Naruto felt gravity change. Dragged up into the air, Naruto smashed against the ceiling of the cave before being flung back down. Hitting the ground, Naruto lay there in the cradle for a moment. It was then that Chara formed an energy blast in their hands. Burn in hell! They fired a blast at Naruto. Nine Tails! Naruto shouted. A moment later, his chakra cloak seemingly evolved into the head of the Nine Tails to fire a compressed beam of energy back at Chara. How are we supposed to beat this? I don't sense an end to their energy. What kind of power is this? One we can't beat, the Nine Tails said. Asgore rose to his feet. Chara, he called out, grabbing the human's attention. Raising a finger, they leveled it at the man they once called father. An energy blast formed at the tip of their finger. Now, Naruto, the Nine Tails would shout. Naruto would launch from the ground and put a fist into Chara's face. Chara's expression didn't even change. All they did was turn their head to look at Naruto. You know you only still exist right now because I allow it, yes? Gripping Naruto's hand, they raised him up to their face. I'm going to kill you. Then I'll kill your friends too. Then I'll erase every world where you and they ever existed or could ever exist. I'll end everything, right here and now. Chara smiled as their eyes were flooded with black liquid that began to run like tears of tar. Throwing Naruto to the ground, Chara began to rain down energy blasts upon the whole underground. Naruto felt something snap within him. Chara, he shouted. Suddenly his soul resonated with something. Deep within Chara, the pilfered soul they stole, it began to synchronize, beating in tune with Naruto's. A moment later, Naruto was transported through not only a connection with his own soul, but through the duplicated Nine Tails into Chara's inner domain. Within this domain, he saw it. He saw a heart-shaped object, red in color, nothing more than the hollow outline of a heart. A soul that had all of its contents spilled. At current, above, Chara's true self stood blindfolded. 7 souls chained to their being, the chains wrapping around Chara as well. Naruto ignored that Chara for now, and focused on the shattered soul. Reaching out, he touched it. A ghostly apparition appeared before him. The shape of a human, the shape of Chara, but ill-defined. A projection of a story began to play out. An image of a child running to a mountain. They say that those who go to the mountain never return. Naruto looked at this and then down at the specter. Why did you go to the mountain, Chara? The figure stood there looking at the images. To die. Naruto turned his eyes back to the projection. He saw it. The war between the monsters, the sealing of the underground. But he saw more. He saw a story through the eyes of Chara themselves. There was a man and a woman, a mother and father. Not everyone's blessed to live in a loving household. Suddenly, the projection flashed to show a man with a belt in one hand and a beer in the other. Not every voice that cries out is heard. Sometimes it echoes into the void, never to return. Another flash of children making fun of Chara for having a black eye. An image of adults looking on in pity and disgust, yet doing nothing. More images of a hand, a fist, and then an image of a child crying while looking into a bathroom mirror, face bruised and bloodied. Sometimes you forget that life is supposed to be happy. Sometimes you forget you were even born. Sometimes you wish you weren't born at all. The figure became a bit more defined, like that of Chara. You bury it. You hide it. You wish it wasn't there. You go someplace to disappear forever, and instead, you find yourself in a wonderland, a place beyond your imagination. That's what I found. Throwing myself into a hole to end it all, I landed and survived. I was found by him. Naruto saw a small being similar in shape to Toriel at Asgore, the prince, Asriel. Chara's specter continued. I thought to myself how strange it was that anyone should care for me, that I was taken in by the king and queen, by Asgore and Toriel, by mom and dad. For a second, a smile formed on the face of the specter. We were a family. They treated me kindly. I made a lot of mistakes, but they never hit me. Of course, I was punished for misbehaving, but I never saw a fist, only a kiss. I said to myself, surely I died when I fell because I'm in heaven. The old man, Gerson, he told me about the prophecy, about the angel who would come from the surface and how the underground would go empty. I questioned it. Why would the monsters here, my people, want to leave and become one with the world that hurt them so much? Humans hurt the monsters, just like humans hurt me. Why would they want to do that? Gerson told me a single word: freedom. Freedom is to have the choice to go, be, and do whatever you want, to be unburdened by everything that chained you down. I realized that maybe it would be okay to be free. My family wanted it, and even if it killed me, I'd make sure they were happy. The image cut to Chara eating buttercup flowers. I hatched a plan with Asriel to use my soul to cross the barrier, find 6 more human souls, and set free our people. He promised me on my deathbed he would do it, but when the time came, the people of my village saw my body and they finished the job my father never could. They killed Asriel and, along with him, me. The images cut to nothing. I never could make anyone happy. My parents were unhappy with me. My friends were unhappy with me. And the people who prophesied that I'd set them free are still unhappy because I failed them. And now my soul is shattered. Or more accurately, my heart. It's broken. Chara displayed before them the outline of their soul. Empty and hollow, cracks running through the form. This world took everything from me. I just want to take it back. I want it all back. I want to be me. I want to be happy. Is that too much to ask? Suddenly, Naruto hugged Chara. Chara was stunned. What are you doing? Within Naruto's chest glowed his own green soul, beating with a light so powerful that it shined out into the infinite darkness, giving light to the sky, bringing clouds to the horizon. An endless sea of flowers appeared before them. The bound and blinded Chara above was pulled down by the combined efforts of the other 7 souls, each one surrounding Chara. A yellow soul, a blue one, cyan, lavender, orange, and 2 green. The 7 souls would then begin to pour their inner light into the empty and broken vessel, letting it shine with all the colors of the rainbow. A little piece of every soul within this shell. Chara felt it again. A soul. and all the things that came with it, all the joys and all the sorrow, the pain. Everything they buried and said wasn't there showed up. Wailing, they fell to their knees, Naruto still holding tight. "Chara, I understand what you feel," he said. "I had no parents, no friends, and I was hated by everyone too." Chara began to understand the truth of Naruto's past. They had seen it so many times, but only now did they truly know it, as if experiencing it themselves. "I can't believe myself," Chara cried. "I can't believe how evil I've been. I'm a horrible person," they cried out, remembering everything. "We're all bad people, Chara. There's none who are truly good. Not even one. None but God. You aren't a horrible person, Chara. You're a broken person, and broken people break other people." "That's no excuse," they shouted. Naruto shook his head. "You're right. Just because we've suffered doesn't give us the excuse to make others suffer. Our pain is not a knife to butcher others with. It's the heart that heals. Because we know pain, we can help others who are in pain. That's why I'm here right now, Chara. You and I are truly the same, and I want you to know you're gonna be okay, and you can change. Chara, you're okay." And in that moment, they weren't in the mindscape anymore. At the center of New Home, Chara sat there on their knees, crying in Naruto's embrace, the wings dissipating. Asgore grew near as well. "Chara," he hugged them. "I'm sorry, Chara. I'll never let you go again." "Papa," Chara cried out. "I'm sorry. It's my fault Asriel died." Asgore hugged only tighter. "It's okay, Chara. It's okay. I still love you." Monsters all around gathered by the crater, including a man who spoke only in hands. Gaster looked down into the crater for a moment to see Chara there. This was just as he'd hoped would happen. If anyone could help Chara, it was Naruto. Turning back, he saw Alphys standing in the crowd. She was staring at him with eyes wide and a mouth agape. He raised his finger to his lip to shush her before disappearing into his door, back into the abyss. Chara stood there by the barrier and looked at it, looking back at the monsters that had gathered, at Asgore, at Toriel, and at Asriel, who through their own determination had restored. Then to Naruto, who had made all of this possible. Naruto took Chara's hand. "It was 7, Chara started. 7 humans who bound the monsters, and by the will of 7, you are set free." Holding their hand out, Naruto and Chara shattered the barrier. As soon as this was done, the other 5 souls shot out of Chara and disappeared into the sky. As the sun shined through the crevice, all the monsters stepped out. Naruto stood there and looked at the sun with the monsters. Sans, coming up beside him and looking out, said, "Well, I guess the real Undertale was the friends we made along the way." Gaster watched from where he was. After this, Naruto left on his own to find his way home. Gaster thought that he might give Naruto a hand. Pressing a button, Naruto disappeared from that reality, and within the abyss where Gaster now stood, a green floating heart hovered. Gaster reached out and took the soul up in his hands. "I can't thank you enough, Naruto. This isn't the first time you've helped me, nor the first time you've set people free from hatred, is it? You have an incredible gift, and I'm glad to have helped you with it. Now, if I may ask, there's one last request I have. There is another who is trapped in their own self-pity, pain, and fear. How shall I put this? Colleague of mine. Seek them out and do for them what you did for Chara. You have my gratitude." And with that, Gaster sent Naruto back to his reality. Though Gaster knew Naruto would not remember anything he'd said, he hoped that somewhere, across space and time, there was a Naruto who would. Sitting down in his chair, Gaster reflected on his now truly lonesome nature. Without Chara, he was well and truly alone. And you know what? That was okay. And that's where I'd like to call this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. This story is in some ways the ending of a trilogy that has spanned 3 different what-ifs. The end of Chara's story, which began in what if Naruto took the powers of those he defeated, and continued into what if Naruto were the hero of Hyrule. As an avid Undertale fan who has bought the game 4 times on different systems and bought Deltarune twice, I can't help but admit that it's one of my favorite stories of all time, and represents something very special for me. The question of why Chara went to the mountain that day, and why they hated humanity so much, always stuck out to me. The same with why Frisk went to the mountain, and despite never being truly answered, I wanted to offer my own take on it. In many ways, Toby Fox has inspired me as a writer and has definitely entertained me quite a bit, and since it's been 10 years since Undertale's release, of which this video is horribly late to celebrating, and 7 years since Deltarune's first chapter released, again horribly late, I thought now was the time to do this video, to wrap up an arc within the meta plot that has been aching me for quite some time. And if you're afraid you've seen the last of our friend Gaster, don't be, because I see him remaining a rather large part of this meta plot still. But anyway, if you enjoyed the story, please let me know in the comments what you thought of it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to be notified about our newest videos as they drop. Until next time, my friends, believe it, stay determined, and peace out.